What's going on, everybody? My name is Blaze, and today I want to talk a little bit about the Paper Mario series and just talk about my opinions and thoughts on Paper Mario from Sticker Star to Color Splash and a few of the games that came out prior to that, even like the 64 version and Thousand Year Door and all those. But as some of you may know, Paper Mario Origami King came out on the 17th, and it's gotten some really great reviews from several different news media outlets. And it's made me think that maybe I want to get it. I don't really know if I will pick it up or not, but I think that I wanted to talk a little bit about my disappointments with Paper Mario and what I think they need to do to reinvent the series and make it better. So I played Mario RPG like many people my age on the Super Nintendo when it first came out, and I just fell in love with that game. I know it's not necessarily Paper Mario, but Paper Mario was technically a sequel to Mario RPG, though it had a lot of changes made to not resemble that game at all. But Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo was one of the greatest RPGs on that console. Between Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI and a few others as well, Mario RPG was right there with those games. Developed by Squaresoft at the time, and just a great overall experience, super fun to play, and I think it left a lot of people just wanting more of that type of game. Paper Mario came out on the N64, and that was the game that was going to be the one. That was the game that was going to be the follow-up to Mario RPG, and it looked like it was going to do a lot to reinvent the series, visually especially. And I think what they did with the graphics in that game just was phenomenal. It blew me away. Like, they did a really, really great job of updating the graphics on the N64 version of Paper Mario and just making the game look cool and still have a great playability. I didn't really get a chance to play the Thousand Year Door on the GameCube. I actually tried to play it pretty recently and I couldn't get it to work. I don't have the game and it's like super expensive right now, so I probably won't be able to buy it anytime soon. But it is one of those games I'd love to have someday and actually play through. But I've heard nothing but great things about that game. I've heard it's amazing. I've heard it's just wonderful, and it takes a lot of the same things that Paper Mario did on the 64 and takes them to the next level, basically. I skipped out on Super Paper Mario. It's my bad. I don't know if I would have liked that one, though, because I don't really know if that one had the RPG elements from the 64 version, if it carried those over or not. But I kind of skipped out on it, and I don't really know why. I just kind of skipped out on it. But I did get back into it with Sticker Star. And this, for those of you who played Sticker Star and didn't like it, you probably are going to have some of the same feelings that I had with it. And Sticker Star was tough, and it was one of those games where I wanted to like this game so much. It looked so good, the graphics were great, the music was phenomenal. I was pulled in, and I wanted so bad to like Paper Mario Sticker Star for the 3DS. And I just didn't. And I think the reason I didn't was because the gameplay was so... There was a lot of questionable decisions that they made for that gameplay. And it left me feeling like I don't really know what they were trying to do with this game. It had some of the same mechanics. If you press buttons at the right time, it would deal more damage or things like that. And that was cool. But it also relied very heavily on these stickers. Stickers you can only get, I think, after completing a battle or something like that. But you didn't really get experience points for completing battles, and you didn't level up, and you didn't become any stronger. And it got to a point where I realized that if I just don't fight anybody, then the stickers that I have will level up because I'm not using them, and they'll become stronger. So when I go to fight bosses and stuff, I'll be able to, destroy them a little easier. But by that time I was already kind of done with the game, so I didn't play it anymore. It was one of the few Mario games I traded in because I couldn't deal with all the changes that they made. I didn't like it. Around that same time, the Game Boy Advance, I think several years prior, had put out the Mario and Luigi series, and I think that was cool. Mario and Luigi was I think it was one of those games that not a whole lot of people knew was a Mario RPG type game, and it borrowed some of the same fighting, combat mechanics from Paper Mario, but nobody really knew that. My buddy told me about it. He said Mario and Luigi was an amazing game and I should play it. but I kind of skipped it because I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I did play Mario and Luigi Dream Team a little bit, and it was very heavily inspired by Paper Mario as far as the combat and the game mechanics, and all of those things that it took from Paper Mario were amazing. If only they had taken the graphics, and I think that's what people really wanted, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted Paper Mario to stay true to what it was on the N64, and it wasn't. After the 3DS version came out, it was no longer the same game. Color Splash came out, and it looked very much the same. And now this new game came out, and it doesn't look much different. It looks great. The origami looks amazing, and for Paper Mario, that's the perfect thing to put in there because it is paper, and you should be folding it, and it just looks so cool. The biggest issue I have with the current way that Paper Mario is being handled is that there's no RPG elements, and it ends up not being fun. I wish they'd go back to it, and I think one of the problems that they have with going back to those RPG elements is that Mario and Luigi exists, that Mario and Luigi came out and borrowed some of those aspects from Paper Mario, but also didn't take the paper style graphics. And because of that, that's the reason why Paper Mario had to change, because they already had a Mario RPG. They didn't need another one. So in some ways, I kind of resent Mario and Luigi a little bit from borrowing those RPG aspects, because it meant that Paper Mario would probably no longer have those RPG elements. And it seems like it's true. Now, maybe they're not going to make any more Mario and Luigi games, and that's also very likely. I haven't heard of anything, but maybe they will. And maybe they're wanting to transition people over into liking Mario and Luigi, and you know what? Honestly, if they had just come out with Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga and used the Paper Mario graphics and called it Paper Mario Superstar Saga, everybody would have picked it up. I would have picked it up. It would have been awesome. Paper Mario Dream Team, with Mario and Luigi, I would have played that. I wouldn't have thought twice, because the Paper Mario name, there's a certain expectation that goes with that name. And when you've played a game in the past that you really enjoyed, you want that name, to continue in that same style of gameplay. But when you take some of those elements out, it no longer stays the same game, even though visually it might look like it. And it's just a bummer that they gave those elements to Mario and Luigi, even though those games I've heard were very, very good. People missed out on it because they didn't have that gravitas of a name behind it. Like no one knew that it was an RPG. No one knew that this was basically Mario RPG. And that's kind of a bummer. I really wish they'd done something different. I wish that we could go back, and I wish that they could make some different decisions. But some of the gameplay mechanics in the current Paper Mario games have just been hard to deal with, and maybe this is a better game. Maybe Origami King is a better game, and maybe it's a wonderful game. Maybe I'll miss out on it because I don't want to try it out. But at the same time, I've been burned already before with Paper Mario, and I really want to like those games because the graphics are so good, and I just want to play it again, but I just have a feeling I'm not going to like it. So I have to be frugal with my game purchases, because I just don't want to be in a situation where I buy something I don't like. So anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about Paper Mario today, because I know that the game just came out and it looks cool, and I hope that you enjoy it. It has great reviews. If this video gets 50 likes, I will certainly buy it and play through it. I don't think we're going to get 50 likes though. Prove me wrong, internet. But if we do get 50 likes, I will buy the game and I'll play it, and I'll post a review or talk about it some more and talk about what I liked or didn't like. But I don't think it's going to be one of those games that I inevitably end up liking. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So hit like, subscribe, comment down below, whatever you feel is appropriate. And I'll be back with more videos like this. I've been doing a lot of Mario Kart content and Wii Sports content on the channel. So I'll try to do more videos like this whenever I have time, whenever I can. In the meantime, thanks for watching. My name is Blaze, and I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.